It can be very frustrating when people go missing, and there's a lack of witnesses or clues that may lead to those missing people's whereabouts. In some cases, however, there is CCTV surveillance footage providing clues or their last known locations. But despite this fact, they remain missing and their disappearances remain unsolved. Number 5. On Sunday, the 17th of January, 2016, then 61-year-old Stuart Clark from Dalmuir became a missing person after leaving a friend's house in Park Road, Glasgow. He was seen in CCTV footage as he traveled on a train between Cardross and Dalmuir at around 11:45 a.m. Police later revealed that they believe he may have been in Mac's bar on Monday, the 18th, and they have appealed to anyone who was in the bar at the time to contact them, as they might have vital information that could help them with the case. Police stated that Stuart has been known to go missing before, but never for this amount of time, without making contact with his friends or family at least. After efforts to find him proved futile, police released the CCTV footage of Stuart as he was traveling on the train, but this failed to bring in any leads to further movement in his case. In January of 2018, Stuart's brother, Ian, stated that he was preparing to sell Stuart's flat to bring some closure to the family, but that he would be holding on to some of his more precious belongings in case he did return one day. But he has said that he's fairly certain that won't happen, as Stuart has not accessed his bank account for over 5 years and is presumed to have been without his medication the entire time. Ian told police that on the day of his disappearance, he spoke to Stuart about 10 minutes before he disappeared. He was supposed to meet up with a friend for lunch in Park Hall, but that never happened. The last time that he was spotted was as he entered the Common Close in Burn Street at 12:30 p.m. that Sunday. Stuart is described as having red hair and a red beard. He's around 6'2" and of a medium build. He wears glasses and is easily recognizable by his stilted walk. At the time of his disappearance, he was wearing a dark-colored waterproof jacket and was carrying a black and gray backpack. His mysterious disappearance remains unsolved, and anyone with information can contact the Missing People Charity in the UK on the free phone number 116000. Number 4. Brian McGowan, a 42-year-old man from the Plean area of Forth Valley in central Scotland, went missing on the 21st of September 2017. He was last seen in the Gillespie Terrace area of Plean, with further possible sightings being reported in the Gallimere Drive area in the early hours of the 22nd of September. Brian is described as 5'10" tall and of a slim build, with short brown hair and blue eyes. He has tattoos on his fingers and was last known to be wearing light gray tracksuit pants with black stripes, a black Nike baseball cap, black and gray trainers, and a black G-Star jacket. Police would later release CCTV footage in which Brian is seen walking outside the Klansman pub on Main Street and have urged the individuals who also appear in the footage to contact them. They are a man and a woman who are walking their dogs at the time, and another man seen outside the pub. Janet Wales, Brian's fiancée, has denied posts that were left on social media, claiming that she knows where he is and that she may have ended his life. She recalls that on the day of his disappearance, they had been arguing over him taking Valium. She didn't want him using it, as he was doing just that when he ended the life of 56-year-old Andrew Robertson in Stirling. Brian received a life sentence for the crime, but was released on license in January of 2017, 9 months before disappearing. At one point during the argument, Janet dialed 999 and police went to their home. Brian knew that if he committed another crime, he would be spending more time in jail, and so the argument ended. Later that night, they went out to get food at a takeout restaurant, and he was acting out of character, talking gibberish. She decided to leave, expecting him to be home later, but he never arrived and has been missing ever since. She reported him missing the next day, and a few days later, a Facebook page was created with the title, quote, "I am Brian McGowan. Why is my fiance not searched for me?" Janet later received a message via Facebook that read Brian's fiance knows what happened to him. Police have since told her to ignore these claims, as she wants answers more than anyone. She believes he's met with foul play, as he needs medication but hasn't picked it up. Anyone with information on Brian's disappearance or his current whereabouts is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 0800-555-111. Number 3. 56-year-old Goffredo Bondinelli, a German national, was last seen on Tuesday, the 3rd of May, 2016, when he was boarding a train in Fort William on his way back to a sea lock located in Scotland. He was an experienced hill walker and is known to have a love of outdoors. Goffredo was on his way to a 5-mile walk, a journey that stretches about 47 miles. He was supposed to return on the 8th of May, but he never arrived as scheduled and has been a missing person ever since. It's believed that he would have been camping out on the hills and Corbett Mountains during that 5-day period, and he may have possibly been walking on the nearby A830 at times. He was well equipped for his journey and was carrying a green tent and dark backpack at the time of his disappearance. He's described as being 5 foot 10 inches tall, of an athletic build with dark and gray hair. He may also possibly have stubble or a light beard. When he was last seen on CCTV footage, he was traveling on the train, and he was wearing dark outdoor clothing. Officers, along with RAF mountain rescue personnel and members of the Coast Guard, conducted a search on the route that he was supposed to be traveling on, but they were unsuccessful in tracking him down. They asked anyone who was walking or taking part in any outdoor activities in the area at the time to contact them if they saw anything or had any contact with anyone matching Goffredo's description. He's currently been missing for 5 years and no further leads or sightings have been reported. Number 2. On the evening of July 27, 2017, 34-year-old Nusrat Jahan was reported missing by a concerned friend after she told them that she was heading to Aberdeen Beach. Police have stated that they know she left her workplace at Marichal College at around 4 p.m. that day, and that she was indeed headed to the beach. They also added that the beach would have been extremely busy that day, given the nice weather in the area at the time, and that they're certain someone must have seen her at some point during the afternoon or that evening. A woman matching Nusrat's description was seen climbing on wooden structures at Aberdeen Beach, but they've been unable to confirm whether it was her or not. The woman was seen at about 6:15 p.m., a few hours before Nusrat contacted her friend to say that she was on her way to the beach. But since talking to her friend on the phone at 9:30 p.m., no one has heard from her or been in any form of contact with her. A major search operation was launched involving specialist support units, including a police helicopter, dog units, dive units, and mountain rescue personnel, covering the area stretching between Bridge of Dawn and Aberdeen, down to the cliffs located at Cove. Despite the search and numerous appeals to the public, Nusrat remains missing. Police eventually released CCTV footage in which she's seen leaving her workplace on the day of her disappearance. They also released a photo of the jacket that she was believed to be wearing at the time, but no further leads or clues were uncovered, forcing them to scale back their search efforts. Nusrat is described as around 5 foot 3 inches tall, with dark hair and a slim build. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing flat, black slip-on shoes, black leggings or skinny jeans, a light gray patterned top, black rimmed glasses, and was carrying a white handbag with a black band across the top. She remains missing 4 years after inexplicably vanishing. Number 1. 34-year-old Dalibor Dale Pantic was last seen by a friend at his farm in Perry Bridge in Victoria, Australia, on the night of the 10th of April, 2019. The following day, police released a statement in which they said they would be searching the bushland off of Forest Road in the hopes that he or his car could be located. Since he was reported missing, he's made no contact with any of his friends or family. His social media accounts have seen no activity, and his bank accounts have not been accessed. When neither he nor his vehicle was found during the search, police made a number of public appeals for information into his disappearance, but no witnesses came forward. His disappearance was described as very out of character, and police stated that they were certain that someone in the community knows what happened to him, or who was responsible for his disappearance. They believed that he was headed to Melbourne, where his 2 older daughters live, but he never arrived and has not been heard from since. When CCTV footage was discovered showing Dale's car leaving an address in Sale 2 nights after he was last seen, a drone unit was launched and police were able to confirm that it was indeed Dale's car, a 2005 silver Ford Falcon, but realized that he was not the one driving it. More than a year later, Dale's vehicle was found during a search of bushland more than 90 miles from the area where he went missing. The car was found in the Bunyip State Forest in May of 2020 and was sent for forensic testing. Police would then reveal that Dale was an active player in what is a small community that deals in illegal substances, and he was actively involved in its sourcing and distribution. This has led them to believe that there is a very slim chance that he is still alive, since his phone was later discovered in the hands of some of his associates on the outskirts of Sale. Before his car was discovered in the bushland, police received a number of calls from members of the public who reported sightings of the vehicle from several areas in Melbourne. The first sighting was at a gas station on the Princes Freeway at around 12:30 a.m. on April 12th. It was then seen again on Eastlink at the Springvale Road Ringwood bypass later on that same day at around 12 p.m. The third sighting was reported as being at the High Street Road and Ferntree Gully Road exit, not too long after the second sighting. Dale is described as being 5 foot 8 inches tall with a solid build, brown hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-333-000. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our future uploads. But I've been Ty Knots, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.